good afternoon. Today I'm very happy to welcome a great international actress, Sofia Milos. Hello, Sofia. How are you? Come
Hello,
stai?
sto
How is it?
bene, grazie.
Okay. First, I'm very interested to know about yourself growing up in Europe and between Switzerland and Italy, and your studies, and how did you manage to venture into modeling and acting? The early story.
The early story, many moons ago.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I'm born in Switzerland. My mom is Greek. My father is Italian from South Italy, Potenza, actually a small village called Picerno, where my grandmother lived until a couple of years ago to 110 and bore 12 children. My family, most of it is still between Rome and South Italy. And of course, the rest of the family on my mom's side is in Greece from Kalamata. I was born in Switzerland, so I went to school in Switzerland before returning to Italy. Then later, when I finished my schooling and business economics in Switzerland and had started already modeling at 15, professionally, actually, I did my first Annabelle cover with Paul Erhardt, a Parisian-based photographer, at 15, and continued modeling, paid my schooling with that, did really good, and moved at 19. I moved to New York, USA. So that was my in, where I continued to model, worked wonderfully with some wonderful poetic photographers like Hero or Javier Valorat, and did the Vogue cover and Vogue jewelry and beautiful editorials. And then a few years later, I worked my way to Los Angeles, where I studied with Milton Katselas at the Beverly Hills Playhouse. I thought it was going to be a shorter stint of about a year of master classes, doing theater mostly and drama. And instead, my big first, I had done a movie called Inside Out with Leslie Ann Down and Chris Christopherson. And then my first half hour sitcom was as a novice nun on the new WKRP in Cincinnati. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to go back home. And instead, I booked my first series regular for NBC called Café Americain. And it's to date still, out of the 8 series regulars that I've done, probably one of my favorite, well written, superbly funny show that I've done for 24 episodes on NBC.
Yes. Let me stop you because you accelerated a lot. You tell me about your father is from Greece, from
No, my
city.
mother. My mother is from Greece.
Yes, and Kalamata.
Yes,
Kalamata is famous for olive production. Am
yes.
I right? Because in my country, Egypt, when we go buy olive, they say, "Get us olive Kalamata."
Where are you from? Where's your accent
I'm
from?
Egyptian. I'm
Ah,
Egyptian.
okay. So you enjoy the Kalamata olives as well? Yes.
Yes, I
Yeah.
am
The
from Egypt.
best.
The best. I visit Greece several times. Rhodos, as jury member. I live right now in Ecuador. My wife is
Oh, wow.
Colombian. Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been in Rome Festival, Venice, many in Lecce, many parts in Italy as well, in Sicily, Taormina. We are very close to Italian
Taormina
and
is
Greek.
beautiful. Yes. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Hmm.
But I want to ask you because you started working with two big names, Chris Christopherson, great actor and great singer as well, and Leslie Andon, she
Was a
was in
long
the
time ago.
70s. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tell me how was this beginning? Moving from the cameras of modeling into film and starting to perform. How was it for you? This transformation?
It was very exciting. I wanted to move away from modeling because that was not the way modeling had transformed to from when I started at 15
Yeah,
to Then it had changed where a model pretty much just it was just as good as you were thin and kind of like a clothing rack. And that was not what I was in for. I love art. I love photography, movies, pictures, storytelling. I love to be an integral part of the storytelling. So it was very natural for me to expand into at least theater, if not small screen and big screen. Um, to have gotten the opportunity to work on that movie, the first action
Mm-hmm.
was nerve wracking. I remember when the director called action that my, I did well, but inside
Mm-hmm.
my upper lip was quivering. I was so nervous. I was playing a literature student. I was
Mm-hmm.
so nervous. It was the first time, but also very excited. I was very excited.
Yes. I want to ask you as well. If we say Switzerland, then Rome, and then New York and Los Angeles, did you find any challenge in moving from these cities? They are big cities. Each of them has their vibrant life. I mean, Rome and then New York and then LA. Did you find any challenges for you as a young actress, as a woman? Moving between this culture until you settle down in the States?
I loved moving towards New York.
Mm-hmm.
I very much so did. I
Yeah.
always knew for me, and I wrote that 25 years ago as in my bio on my website, and it's still there, it still stands. What I thought, I think women have culturally, religion wise, maybe through marriage, well intending parents, mostly culturally been suppressed and oppressed, and haven't been able to show and showcase the resilience, strength, talent that women always have
Mhm,
had, but it's
mhm,
just been oppressed. And so it's been almost a mission for me through my career, if you notice, of the kind of roles that I've taken on that are very strong women. Sometimes like Detective Yelena Salas in CSI Miami for 7 years. It's maybe that kind of role has been primarily saturated by men, and less so by women. Things are changing, but when I started, it was still the pretty woman was more of an arm candy, a decoration, and not necessarily the storyteller or the life teller, the life lead in itself, which she is, a woman is very much so, as much as a
yeah.
man is.
I saw on your website very beautiful magazine covers, and I want to tell you in Egypt we used to receive a lot of Italian magazine and I watched the Rete, the Rai, the six channels, all the time and also local channels in on the European satellite. And you mentioned in your website being influenced by great names like Anna Magnani, Sophia
Yes.
Loren, and Catherine Hepburn. Myself, I had the chance of meeting Gina Lollobrigida
Ah,
at her
yes.
home. I visited her at her home with friends, and I have a very beautiful photo with her, and also invited Sophia Loren to Cairo Festival. She got a tribute, these great. Generation of Italian and European actors and also Americans working in Europe. This represented you inspirations in your beginnings or your
Yes,
beginnings?
very much so. Very much
Mhm,
so. Anna Magnani, particularly, probably the first one. Her beauty is beyond features. It's about authenticity. I think she's the queen of bringing authenticity in a raw form on a screen to transcends any words, and is understood by any culture. It is so raw, it is so felt. It's just gorgeous to watch. And she made me want to do the same, whatever that's called. Is it acting? Whatever. It inspired me. Sophia Loren, I mean, her beauty, her rawness in a more refined but raw way, Neapolitan way, was beautiful as well in her career. Anna Magnani also is the first Italian who won an Oscar in America and didn't go because she was afraid of flying. So 1956, for The Rose Tattoo, she won an Oscar, which is the first play I did in America for the Beverly
Mhm.
Hills Playhouse, the Rose Tattoo.
Yes. And your beginnings, you start as a nun, and then in
As a novice nun, acting.
and then in CSI Miami, you play the detective, you know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and also in Sopranos,
Mafia
mafiosa.
boss. Mm-hmm. Mafia
Okay,
boss.
yes. But tell me, did you, when you play these different characters before shooting and maybe in rehearsing and table readings, do you do some kind of research yourself for these
For
characters?
For The Sopranos, the director, Tim Van Patten, was brilliant. I loved working with him. Well, loved working with the entire cast. Actually, some of the cast members I'm working with here now on a movie, which I can't talk about. But
Sí, el
um,
proyecto secreto.
and,
Okay,
but it's amazing, and I can't wait to tell you. I will come back to tell you more when I can share. So I'm
sure.
on location right now in a hotel room, in a make stage to be able to talk to you and your friends and audience.
Thank
Um,
you.
so, I'm sorry. What was your question?
I was asking about preparing for roles like in The Sopranos
Oh,
and
yes.
Miami.
Yes. So
Mhm.
Tim Van Patten gave me a book that was extraordinary. It was this thick about women in mafia, the
Yes.
Camorra and Nandragada. So
Mhm,
Camorra is the Neapolitan mafia, but it's called
mhm,
Camorra, where
mhm,
women are involved, where women are involved. If the man gets arrested or dies, that is, a
mhm,
boss, the women
mhm,
take over.
mhm,
Unlike the mafia, which is Sicily, where
mhm,
women don't hear, don't see, don't talk, but still are the neck of the
mhm,
head, like in any marriage. But Nandragada, where it's less covered, it's the Calabrese mafia, and it's less talked about because it's probably still alive. So it's actually the one that no movies really have been made on Nandragada, but mostly about Camorra and
yes.
yeah. So he gave me this book about different women, and if he wasn't on the wrong side of the law, I would say these are quite amazing women. I mean, they were mothers
Yes.
and bosses and strong and commanding and protective of just not an immediate family that she, bore herself, but a bigger family from her point of view. So those are the researches I've done. And of course, I had cleaned out my accent, which is why I don't have much of an accent for an Italian compared to some of my friends who've been in America for 30 years.
Mhm,
I cleaned it up and then put it back on in a way that because David Chase was very particular that it
mhm,
would be a Neapolitan accent, which wasn't difficult for me because Potenza, where my grandmother and family and dad is from, is right across. So it's a very similar accent, actually. And yeah, it was quite an amazing experience to shoot The Sopranos. I loved that cast. We had a great time.
yes. And I remember there were a lot of mafia films I've seen, not American particularly. The most famous, are The Godfather and Once Upon a Time uh, uh, in America. But as well in Italy, they produce a lot of films about mafia and for the television as well. From mafia, you played like a detective, detectiva colombiana, okay? So I want to ask you, how did you prepare for the role as well? Did you have any training for guns and fights and stuff like that,
Yes. So CSI Miami had a very tight ship, very well indoctrinated team,
Yeah.
front and back. It was amazing. One of the producer was a consulting producer who was an ex-cop. So every shot was calculated as far as how you stand in front of the door if you arrive, which leg goes forward, how you hold a gun, what size of a gun I would have. When we shot the first few episodes in actually Miami instead of El Segundo Beach or Long Beach or Manhattan Beach in Los Angeles, we would also go to Miami. And there I had a chance to go to Miami-Dade and have a course, with actually a cop, a woman cop who would be like me, a single woman, and what difficulties she may have being a woman, an attractive woman in a man's world, and encountering maybe some not so respectful moments, perhaps, right, with some delinquents.
Yes.
Also, guns, different guns, how to shoot, DNA labs. I remember that when we did the testing where they test how the drivers go, you get scored, and I did one of them with them. I scored perfect. I'm a very good driver. I'm Italian, of course.
Mhm. Yes, but as well, you came back to Mafia. You did Mafia, the comedy film,
Yes,
with
Jane Austen's Mafia, but that, yeah, that was before.
it was before.
Mm.
Tell me, what did you think of the comedy style of the Zuckers? It's quite different than any
Well,
type of comedy.
Jim Abrams, obviously, Airplane.
Mhm,
He's a spoof king. He was extraordinary, extraordinary. His sense of
mhm.
humor is very, very different. It's not a normal type of a comedy, so it's spoof, and so there also the acting lends itself to say the story in that. Offbeat way. So that was a great, I loved it because I love going from different genres. I've done action, I've done stage, I've done sitcoms where you have a live audience comedy for camera.
Yeah.
I've done one camera comedy. I've done romantic comedy, spoof comedy, action and drama, as in TV drama and film drama. So each one has its own style of communicating a story that is on the page through one's empathy, emotion, and then bringing it to life in a way of the format and storytelling and nuance flavor that you are talking through. I mean, that's where the training comes in.
Yes. I see you went to Italy. I did a comedy with a famous actor and writer and director, Jerry Cala. He's quite famous.
Jericala, yes.
He's quite famous in Italy. I've seen maybe 50 of his films on
Yeah,
the Italian television.
you did.
He did a lot of comedies with, Serena Grandi
Yes.
and the beach comedies they used to do in Italy, Rimini, Rimini, and Rimini, Rimini Part One.
Riccione, absolutely. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
but tell
right.
me about your experience in this film. It's called Odessa nel Ospicio.
Odissea nell'ospizio. I
Yeah.
loved it. I gatti di
Mhm.
Cor- Yes, I just love. I let Jerry is very, very funny. He became a friend after that as well. And we
Yes.
had fun. It's just fun, easy. Already the rhythm in Italy is a lot easier than here. There's things I prefer in Italian way of shooting or in France when I shot in France or in Italy. Every time there's something different, it stimulates me. It refreshes. I've been doing this for 32 years. So
Yes.
anything that is a little bit different is or a different language to shoot in Italian, to shoot with a Greek accent, to shoot with a Italian accent, Neapolitan or Milanese accent, or a French accent, or actually speak French or speak Spanish or speak Swiss German like I did in Tatort. For me, it's refreshing. It's challenging. It stimulates me. It
Yes.
refreshes my oath to what I do.
Yes. Well, I see after CSI Miami, you appeared in many episodes, so of crime shows like Chicago Justice and
Chicago
Criminal
Jazz
Minds.
as an
Yeah, and
attorney, yes.
they are very popular. This kind of film, I cannot, see all of them, but between David Caruso, I remember I've seen more of
Last night was
NYPD.
just NCIS on that I was on as well, a new one that we just shot 2 months ago. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So tell me right now, because you did comedy and you did many characters, and also, the two kind of women, with the law and against the law as a mafia boss. Tell me right now, do you have a dream character or project you would like to realize in the
I
future?
hope so. I think we're just as alive as we dream, as we still dream. If we stop dreaming, we'd be dead, right? So, of course,
Yes.
I have tons of dreams. of working. Well, one of the dreams has certainly come true because I'm working with a wonderful actor here, which I can't disclose, but
Yes.
I'm incredibly happy to be working with this gorgeous cast. And
Yes.
I would love to do a beautiful movie in my country, in Italy as well. I would love to work with a variety, I mean, variety of directors and actors. There's many things that I'd still love to do. I'd still want to come back to doing series regulars. I love creating a character with the writers and um, and through the audience feedback week by week, this character develops in surprise to all of us because it's not like you necessarily know exactly where it goes. It's a collaboration with the feedback, with the writers, with how you present, how you bring it to life. So I love the process of being on a drama and the responsibility. And, and we found out during COVID how
Yes.
important entertainment is and the responsibility
Yes.
actors and musicians have. Because do you imagine COVID when we were locked in home if there
Yes.
wasn't?
Yes. Myself, I started to do YouTube interviews on COVID because a lot
Mm.
of artists are staying at home as well. It was a
Well, I
chance.
started something as well during my
Yeah.
COVID.
Hmm.
I launched my skincare line. I don't know if you know about that.
No,
Radiant
very
by
beautiful.
Sofia Milos.
This is
Thank
something.
you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. This is something I should look for my wife. Yeah, this is very.
It's unisex. It's
Yes, I can.
unisex.
Okay,
It's
and
made in Italy and it's artisanal, handcrafted. The Fountain of Youth, which is now out on
really,
Radiant by Sofia Milos. Yes, it's
see,
vegetable stem
ayun,
cells. It's healthy things that you want on your
ayun.
skin. And most of all, it's chemical free.
Yes, I told my wife. I told her, hay una crema de la señora Sofía. Podemos buscar.
Bravo, bravo, así es. Le gustaría muchísimo.
Okay. Tell me, right now, I want to tell you, I want to thank you very much for accepting the interview with me during the shooting. I know sometimes it's overwhelming, between filming. And I wish when the movie is about to get released, we can come back and talk about your character particularly.
I will.
Okay?
I will.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you again. Muchas gracias.
De nada.
Grazie mille. Okay.
God
Et
bless.
merci beaucoup.
De rien. Vous parlez aussi le français?
Oui,
Ah ouais?
j'étais dans des écoles françaises. Alors, mon français est mon langage prime. OK?
Ah oui, moi j'ai grandi avec une famille tunisienne. Quand mes parents
Tunisien.
travaillent, oui, quand mes parents travaillaient, c'est pour ça que je parle français aussi.
Très bien, très bien. J'espère la prochaine fois, on peut parler, faire l'interview, l'entretien en français et italien. Et un peu d'anglais
Voilà. A little
pour les films.
German, a little Swiss, a little Swiss, a little Spanish.
Spanish
Make
and good.
everybody happy.
Yes, yes. Thank you again,
Thank
Sophia.
you.
I wish you
Thank
all
you.
the best in the shooting of the film
Thank
and
you.
your upcoming projects. And I hope in the next period you will achieve more success and you will land many beautiful roles to reflect your talents and your career. Okay?
Thank you so much. From your lips to God's ears. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful afternoon. Take care. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.